Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about the material costing. Okay, bacha? So what we are going to show you, this material costing for you is divided into two subtopics. First is calculation of EOQ, and second is calculation of different stock level and turnover. That is material turnover ratio. The first simple part we have to calculate. So let's start with this now. Just a minute, why it is not happening? Okay. So fine, bacha. This is the just screenshot of one go down I have taken. So here, this look how it the material look like in go down. Fine. Now, okay. Yes. So now, bacha, there is always confusion. Students are always confused between the term material and inventory. They always think that material and inventory, they both are same. But there is a slight difference between material and we can say inventory. When we talk about inventory or stock, it is including the material. Okay, apart from material, there is also other thing also which comes under inventory or stock. Okay, let's talk about first understand what do you mean by material. Now material, when we talk about this term in costing, it is nothing but we are talking about the raw material, whatever we are needed to make my final product. It may be sub assemblies, it may be some spare parts, with the help of which we are going to make my finished product. It is a material. Okay, beta. Now the next term is about the inventory. Now next, what is inventory? Inventory says it is all type of stock whatever a company have. Now stock may be of different types. First is it is material, that is raw material you needed. It may include your work in progress, that is uncompleted goods, unfinished goods जिसको आप कहते हैं. Then next one is about finished goods. So all three, raw material, WIP, work in progress and finished goods comes under inventory. Okay. If you want to read, just read it out, and if you have any doubt, please let me know fast. These both terms are clear to you, material and inventory. Yes or no, beta? Be quick in reading, beta. If you have any doubt, any question, please ask me fast. So we will not waste time here. Should I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. The next one is your material control system. Now, what do you mean by material control system? But a material control system is nothing but it is all controls we have adopted, all methods we have adopted for from purchasing material, acquiring it, storing it, till it releases or issued for the production purpose. Till that point of time, whatever process we found, whatever process we follow, whatever techniques we adopt, it is material control. It is part of material control system. Now let's see a material control. What is the main aim? Its main aim is at efficient purchasing of material. It includes how efficiently you are purchasing the material. Then effective storing, where you have stored it, whether the material stored in a proper intact position or not. Okay, if your material while storing, if your material is spoiled, okay, then it is of no use. Yes or no? And at the same time, how efficiently you are consuming it. Consuming it means taking or making a final product with the help of that material. That is here the term consumption relates to that purpose. The next one is there are we have taken some good system, or what are the objectives or what are the qualities we can say of good material control system. Okay, the very first, it says material of desired quality available whenever it is needed for efficient and uninterrupted production. Suppose if I don't have material, will I able to produce products? No. Yes or no? If I don't have quantity of material, if I don't have quality material in my hand, whether I am able to make my quality product? No. If my material shorts there, if there is shortage of material, Will I able to produce? No. If I have very huge quantity of product, then too, it will result in wastage of material. Okay. The next use or objective we can say, it is material to be purchased only when need exists and in economic quantity. Now, bacha, when you are going to purchase the material? When you don't have stock, when the stock is very totally finished, or when there is a few quantities still left and then we have to purchase it so that my production will not be stopped. Yes or no? And the quantity, how much you are going to purchase, it should not be very huge or it should not be very small quantity also. The quantity should not be very large or very small. It should be economic quantity. Economic quantity means the quantity which saves or which have a balance between your handling cost, your carrying cost, and your ordering cost. Now, this term we'll discuss in next some slides. Don't worry. It is just to understand economic quantity is going to help me out. So there will be no shortage of material at the same time there will be no excess of material also. Both situation is dangerous. In both situations there has to be some sort of losses. Okay, if you have huge quantity, large quantity, then there is a problem. What? There will be possibility of wastage, because if there is a huge quantity, not able to store it, if you will not able to take care of it. If there is no quantity, or if there is a very less quantity, then also your production may be stopped sometimes. So we have to always understand what is the economic quantity. The next one is the purchase of material to be made at the most favorable prices under the best possible terms. Now see, bacha, if I purchase material at a higher price, I have to charge higher price also for the finished goods also. That results my product will not be sale in the market, because customer will get a cheaper product at the same time. So why the customer is going to buy from me? So it is very important to get a proper price. Okay, it is very important to purchase a material at a proper price. It should not be very high. It should be very, as much as possible, you have to take the quality product or quality material at the best possible price. Next one is material are protected against the loss by fire. But in this control system, we have to understand how we have to store the material, what care to be taken for saving the material from theft of fire, either from theft or from fire. We have to make all proper facilities. Fire extinguisher we have to provide there, or we have to keep that temperature which help me to reduce wastage of material or spoilage of material, we can say. Okay. Next one is, and the last point, material should be stored in a such a way that they provide minimum of handling cost. As I told you, if I buy the whole quantity at a time, let's say for 1 year, whatever goods I want to produce, I buy that whole quantity at a time, and now problem arise. You know what? How to store it for 1 year? It is difficult challenge. Yes or no? So we have to adopt such a material control system which help me to reduce my handling cost as well, minimize my handling cost. So for that I have to buy in a smaller quantity. But again, that quantity should not be that small which affect my production. Okay. Till here, any doubt, bacha? Should I continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. Now the next thing, now the next one is that we have to discuss that how much quantity we should buy. Either it will be small or large. Can anyone tell me how much quantity we should buy? Can we buy all quantity, whatever I want to produce for 1 year? Can I keep buy that all quantity at a time? Or should I buy?
No,
No,
you
sir.
should
No, sir.
that quantity which are dependable, means which are dependent when the consumers need that product, so we should buy at that time.
But remember here, when we are talking about this material quantity, we are talking about the raw material. My consumer needs the finished goods. Remember it always. Okay. So my question was, should I buy all quantity, whatever I want to make, out of which finished goods at a time, whole quantity for 1 year. Should I go for that option?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Now, let's suppose if you buy the whole quantity at a time, then the next problem arises, where to store and how to store the whole quantity for 1 year. Then any solution you have?
Yeah, warehouse. We can store it on
Warehouse. You
warehouse.
need biggest warehouse for that, bacha. Remember that. So ideally, you should not do that. Ideally, you should not buy the whole quantity of 1 year at a time. Okay, your suggestion was not
Okay,
that good, bacha. Second wise, see from second side. So your whole quantity, whatever you want to buy, that will increases my carrying cost. That means I have to take care of that material for 1 year or till that goes to the production. Second side, if I buy the smaller quantity always, is that the idea is suggested by you people? Can I go whenever customer needs, I'll buy it from market and I'll produce customer for customer and sell it to him, no problem. Should I go with that technique?
Sir, you can do one thing that you can keep some for backup and then you can sell those things.
No, bacha, just understand. My question was, should I go for small quantity whenever I get an order from customer? I get it from that material from market and I will produce it for the customer and give it to him, no problem. Should I go for that?
Sir, we can go for quarterly purchase.
We can go for
Quarterly purchase.
quarterly.
6 months.
My question is, bacha, how you know that quarterly purchase? How much quantity? You should go for it.
Sir, then maybe what is required right now and a little bit excess to it.
Exactly. Very good. But now problem is with this, the quarterly, remember always your sale or your demand for the product is not always same, bacha. If you buy the quarterly production, or suppose if you get some emergency order, then what we'll do? We'll say, nahi, we don't have that material. You just wait, I'll get the arrangement of that and I'll give it to you. Will that customer is going to wait for you, bacha?
No, sir.
You are not the only producer of the product, na beta? For that purpose, you should know the term here. There is always confusion. See, this man is confused. How much quantity? He buys all the quantity at a time. Now see, is a problem. He is not able to keep it in an intact position for whole year. So that's why he's tense. So we suggested, sir, you should go for this. You should go for economic order quantity. If I buy the small unit every time, what happened, I have to always place an order with the supplier by making phone call. I have to always send my vehicle to that place. I have to always give, means every time whenever I place order, I have to send my some worker, or we can say I have to pay loading unloading charges. This increases my one another cost, which is called as ordering cost. Okay. So to reduce this confusion or to reduce this cost, either it is ordering cost or it is carrying cost, we have to go for economic order quantity. Now see here, what is economic order quantity? Can anyone read this, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, beta. Continue.
Economic order quantity is the order quantity that minimizes total inventory carrying cost and ordering cost.
Yes. Now, what is carrying cost and ordering cost? Just understand this, bacha. Ordering cost is that cost. It is also called as procurement cost to make that product or to reach that product till you go down. So whatever, I have to make a call, I have to send my vehicle, I have to say pay transportation charges, I have to pay loading and unloading charges. Till that material reaches to my go down, bacha, whatever expense we incur is called as ordering cost. Is this part is clear? Next is, what is carrying cost? See here, this is ordering cost. Now what next is, what is carrying cost? Carrying cost is nothing but, carrying cost is that cost which we are going to incur once the goods reaches to my go down till it goes to the production department. So in between, I have to pay the warehouses charges. I have to pay some salary to the person who have employed there. I have to install some specific temperature devices like air condition facility and all. If my material requires specific temperature, in that case, I have to install these devices. Na? This all comes under carrying cost. Okay, bacha. If you are buy quantity, large quantity at a time, you have to pay more and more carrying cost. And if you are buying very small quantity, then you have to incur every time the ordering cost. Okay, so there is always problem with the ordering cost and carrying cost. That's why confusion of this how much quantity to buy always arises. So to solve this problem, we have one solution. It is economic order quantity. In this problem solving, first we have to assume one small thing, that you know what quantity you are going to use or what is my annual demand of the material, okay, of raw material to make the finished goods. Okay, this is the basic assumption. Practically it is not possible, but to understand about the EOQ or to find out what is the economic order quantity for your business, you should know what is the annual demand of the product. Okay, should I continue, beta? Any difficulty in these three terms, please let me know. Economic order quantity, ordering cost and carrying cost. Please read it. Those who are writing, just take it. Otherwise, allow me to go ahead. Should I?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. The next one is, now we see how this EOQ is being calculated. See this man who is doing the EOQ calculation. Now, how he is doing? He is using the formula, okay, for economic order quantity. We have the very simple formula for economic order quantity, which says you have to know economic order quantity. The formula is square root of 2AO, that is 2 multiplied by A multiplied by O upon C. Now, what is this A and O and C? Okay, so first of all, A is nothing but, bacha, it is annual demand of your raw material. That with the help of that raw material, you need to produce finished goods. So what is the quantity of that material you need annually? Okay, we remember, and students are always confused between annual demand of the final finished product and annual demand of the raw material. Bacha, raw material demand we need in this formula. Okay. And what is O? O, as I explained, it is initial for this ordering cost. Ordering cost per order. Means once you place one order, how much amount you incur, that comes under ordering cost. Okay. Next one is C. Now what is C? C is nothing but, it is carrying cost you incurred for maintaining or for taking care of 1 unit per annum. If you are buying one material, 1 unit, how much you are spending on that material, okay, per annum, annually, that is carrying cost. It is per unit per annum. Okay, now see here, if you have any doubt, please let me know. This is very, very, very important formula. Any problem in this formula or any element if you don't understand of this formula, please let me know fast. So we'll take up few examples today. Okay, beta. Now we are moving ahead. Now take just example number 1. Please write this question wherever you want to write. Or those who don't want to write, just take a screenshot at least, because once I move to the solution slide, you're not able to see this question. Be quickly write this question. The annual consumption for making a product X, at X is my final product, is 5,000 units. Okay, to make that product X, we need 5,000 units of material. Okay. Next one, they said the procurement cost per order is ₹10. And the cost per unit is ₹0.5, that is 50 paisa. And the storage and carrying cost is 10% of the material unit cost. Required, we need to calculate EOQ. Can you tell me what is annual consumption, bacha? What is annual consumption? See in first line, beta.
5,000.
5,000, exactly. Okay. So annual consumption is 5,000 unit. Now see, what is the formula? Bacha, what is formula? For formula, what things we needed? What is formula? Can anyone tell me what is formula to calculate EOQ?
2 into A into Q upon C square
No,
root.
it is square root of 2AO upon C. Now that means we need three things. First is A, then O and C. Now see, you know that what is A? You got the A. Annual consumption, you know that now. Now can you tell me what is O? Is that ordering cost given, bacha?
Rupees 10.
Yes, exactly. The
10 rupees.
procurement cost is also known as ordering cost. Okay, I told you in explanation also. Procurement cost is nothing but it is ordering cost. So your O is ordering cost per order, rupees 10. Yes, bacha? Any doubt in this still here? Now what is C? Can you tell me what is C?
0.5%. 0.5%.
0.5%.
Fine.
Is it? 0.5 is the price of the unit, bacha. It is not carrying cost.
Sir, it's
0.5.
10% of the material
Yes,
unit cost.
10% of the material price. So material price is 0.5. So carrying cost will be 10% of 0.5, bacha. It is 0.05. Understood? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Okay. Now what is formula for EOQ? Here EOQ is equal to square root of 2AO upon C.
C.
Now just replace the value. You'll get the value. Tell me. What is A? 5,000. Okay. What is O is 10. Now what is C, bacha? C will be replaced by 0.
0.05.
Yes. So answer is, calculate and tell me what is the answer. Come on, fast.
1414.2.
1414.2. Bacha, the two quantity that after decimal it is less than 50. So we should ignore that. Your answer is 1414 unit. Okay. Very good.
Yes,
The
sir.
next question. Let me take the, okay, no issue. This one. This question is similar to that. Now you will solve for this question for me. The annual consumption of material for making product A is 10,000 unit. The procurement cost per order is 200. The cost per unit is 40 and storage and carrying cost is 10% of the material unit cost. Can you tell me what is EOQ? Calculate and tell me fast. You solve it at your own. Do it fast, bacha. One problem we discuss and solve. Now one problem you solve for me. Everybody wrote the question, beta? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. So come to the solution. You got the solution, beta?
Yes.
What is that?
1000 units.
What is A? Those who don't understand, please see this. I am solving for you. Okay. What is A? It is 10,000 unit, correct? O is given 200 unit. And C is, it is 10% of price. Yes, Vidhi? You have any doubt?
Sir, maybe the answer is 1000.
Okay, yes, exactly. We'll check it. Don't worry, beta. EOQ formula is, can you repeat the formula with me? 2AO
Upon C.
Very good. Very good. The solution is 2 into 10,000 into 200 upon 4. That comes to 1,000.
1,000.
Very good. Understood, bacha?
Yes, sir.